Yo guys, it's the kid, 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 it's the kid. It's your main man here, Double H, half hope. Trying to live, trying to exist, trying to stay alive. Yes, I'm bald. Your boy had to shave his head. And when bald, baby, your boy is bald. Your boy is bald, man. Don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed. Yes, I'm bald. Yes, I'm bald, man. I might have a hair transplant. Relax, so chill. I just might have a hair transplant, man. So, guys, got my Maryland biscuits, quality cookies, the best cookies in the world, the red Maryland biscuits cookies. I've got my Malta Guinness, one of the best drinks in the world. Malta's fine. Malta Guinness is good. Cut the check. Malta Guinness, cut the check. And we are ready to do a marathon of questions. So as I do, I have taken in the questions from the audience who sent in their lovely questions via the official website, halfoffootballhot.com. So I will take in those questions. And remember, guys, if you want to send any super chats to support your boy and support the channel, I will be able to view them afterwards. Don't worry, I will keep hold of any super chats and I will not miss any one of them. And if you really want to help your boy and you really want to donate to the Football Hot and donate to the Content Crack movement, donate through PayPal through the link in the description box below. That is the best way to donate and drop a dub on your boy Half Hope HH, man. Your support is very much well appreciated. Shout out to all of the Patreon members. Shout out to the Football Hub members. And shout out to all of you guys out there, who have helped keep this movement popping off, man. So without further ado, let's get into some of these questions. So guys, there have been a lot of questions. So I remember, I got sent about 20 questions. So if I didn't answer your question, don't take it personally. I have to pretty much just pick out what I think were the best questions that will form the most interesting points of discussion. So relax, take it easy, take it easy. So let's hit it with the first question of the day, man. So can you open up screenshot? My iMac has been running a bit slow, man. So don't be alarmed. Don't cry for me, Argentina. Don't cry for me, Argentina. So why is this thing not opening? So while I wait for my iMac, okay, no, you know what? I'm gonna skip that one because there are somewhere I'm like, you know what? Let's chill out. Let's chill out. So, okay, you know what? Let's try with it. This is a nice one to start off as we build up to the big one. So first question we have here is from Narrative Merchants. Narrative Merchants. Ooh. So you love your narratives. I am the original Narrative Merchants, bro. So from Narrative Merchants, who says, LL, Hash, my name is HH Halfop. I don't know who LL is. Address me as the GOAT analyst. HH. I see a lot of HH, the GOAT. I see a lot of Liverpool fans saying they're going to beat Real Madrid. Explain their cockiness. Please explain, because it's hard to endure more of this. Well, my dear friend, the Narrative Merchants, man. Liverpool fans shouldn't be cocky, but I don't see any reason why they shouldn't be confident, because as we established on the CL Hangout that happens every Sunday from 10 p.m.-ish, we say that this game is the most 50-50 game. PSG have a slight edge. Sorry, Bayern have a slight edge over PSG. City are overwhelming favorites. And you say FC Porto have a slight edge over Chelsea. So the only game that is really a 50-50 is this game. So Liverpool fans, they may view that, you know what? We feel confident that if it's a 50-50, it will go our way. Because this isn't the Real Madrid side of 16, 17, 18. These guys are a lot older, and these guys are very dependent on a Benzema. And Liverpool will say, even if our defense might be Class A or Class B, we think Kabak and Netflix can say what's up over the two legs. But also they say if Mane and Salah decide to show up and say what's up with Jota trying to live, we feel that we can change the course of events. So I've not seen any Liverpool fans who are cocky. I think any Liverpool fans feeling cocky about this would be very foolish, because Yes, this isn't the great Real Madrid team. Yes, I feel Liverpool could beat Real Madrid, and if Liverpool were to beat Real Madrid, it wouldn't be a surprise. But at the end of the day, you still have to show some to your boy Real Madrid. But yeah, cocky, no. But I see no reason why they shouldn't feel confidence, man, because it is very doable for them to be able to say what's up, man. So yeah, man. As I said again, look, those CL games are iconic. I cannot think of any CL games that were perhaps better than that. So you know what? I'm going to combine two of these, man. I'm going to combine two of these, and I think this comes back to one of our main kind of discussion topics here. So I want to read two of these because I think they both form the same part of the question. So this is from your boy Sergio Contra, who says, "Hey, are Premier League fans the most deluded fans in the world? I was in Football Terrace today." Hey, shout out to my man Terry Floor's ex-colleague, but still friends. Today, apparently said, Llorente is not good. He's basically Spanish James Milner, and Fred is clear of him. Another one said, we should get Saul or Koke instead of Llorente, not knowing Llorente is Atletico's best midfielder, and the other they listed are washed-up players. Premier League fans not watching other leagues leads to them being delusional and lack of knowledge about foreign players. Shout out to Martin Splashnet. I'm out. And I want to combine it with this because I think this question sort of covers the same thing as well. And this is a pretty long one, but I think they both sort of talk about the same thing. So from Klaus Verossi, who says, oh Lord, okay, let me read this out. So HH, do you think this Premier League is the best league? It doesn't make any sense. Premier League fans keep telling us that the Premier League is the best league, and they invented the term Farmers League. The league competition that the leagues compete with each other is the CL and Europa League. Otherwise, they don't face each other. So my question that I have asked to all EPL fans, but they never give me an answer, is how can you be the best when in another league, La Liga, that league has won way more CLs and Europa Leagues? The only place where you compete together. It doesn't make any sense. They keep telling me we have the best players, best teams, best managers. Then what is stopping you winning the CL after CL like La Liga does? We will never know who is better, Fulham or Elche, because they never face each other. But what we know is who has the best top six, because Europe proves that to us. So how can you be the best when someone beats you most of the time? They say EPL has a lot of competition. Competition doesn't translate in quality. The Portuguese league has a lot of competition. We see every year a new winner, but are we now saying they have the best league? What does translate in quality are trophies, something that Spain has more of. That's why I like your channel, because you are covering every game. I have found that EPL fans watch only the Premier League. For me, it's shocking that you are a Premier League fan, not a football fan. You're not a fan of the game if you watch only one league. So, the football hot. The football hot. Why did I start this channel? I started this channel because of my love for football. The very first video that I did, if for those of you who've been following me back today, was when Dunga didn't pick Ronaldinho for the 2010 World Cup. That's the very first video that I did. But what really, the first batch of videos I did was covering the Champions League, not the Premier League, La Liga, and so forth. My first batch of videos were the Champions League. I do love all football and so forth, but nothing gives me more excitement. And I'll be real with you, you have to be honest in life. Nothing gives me more excitement than the Champions League, the Nations Cup, the World Cup, the Euros, Copa America. And maybe like El Clasico, the Milan Derby, like City against Liverpool now, that's not a big game, pretty much the biggest games. Because as a football fan, I want to see the best play the best. It's like watching a heavyweight match. You don't want to see peak Mike Tyson against Jiminy Cricket. No offense to Jiminy Cricket, but peak Tyson would give birth to Jiminy Cricket. I want to see peak Tyson against peak Ali. I want to see Federer against Nadal. I want to see Jordan against LeBron in a 1v1. So I've always come from a footballing point of view. But let me just give you a little tidbit here to guys. I've lived in England for a long time. So here's the thing. I grew up in Nigeria. Then I moved to England. But one key thing for me, I think this was probably the most important aspect of my life, was I went to an international school for 2 years. And why that was so important, going to an international school for 2 years, was like, I was like, oh my gosh, wow, we live in a world. This world is global. Dutch people from Zimbabwe, people from Egypt, people from Russia, from Greece, people from Iran, Iraq, and just seeing different languages, different so forth. I was like, wow, like those 2 years really made me realize that no matter what country I live in, I'll always have a global point of view. I'll always have a thirst for finding out about different cultures, which is why I love the World Cup so much, because I love just the different cultures, the different countries that take place. And I give each country 100% focus and love, because I just love the idea of different countries between different countries. The thing about England is there is English culture is very arrogant, and they live upon their arrogance. And a lot of people in England don't have a global point of view. So because the Premier League has these famous clubs, it's been promoted really well, lots of guys say, why do I need to watch any other league? The Premier League is the biggest league, it's the most important league, so boom, this is where it's at. But the fact of the matter is, and this is what I find whenever, like, let's say I play and the perfect example is when I play football. So when I play football with English people, it's very different from when I play football with Spanish people. And I think I said this before, but I'll say it again. When I play football with English people, the focus is on effort, energy, get stuck in, run back. So you're sort of cheered and championed when you put in a strong tackle, when you sort of, get back, when you really give an effort, and when you hustle. That is what is sort of championed. And you see that in the fans. So the fans in the Premier League, they want you to go forward, they want you to attack, they want you to run hard. They cheer when there's a corner kick, they cheer when there's a hard tackle, they cheer when you're giving like 100% effort. But when I play with Spanish people or I play with Italian people, there's not that much shouting. It's all about intricacy, quick passes, quick skills. So if you put in a tackle, you're not really cheered. You're sort of championed if you do a nice piece of skill, or you do it like a nice through ball. So that is why it is very important to appreciate what's happening in other leagues and in other countries because of their approach. I think even Steve McManaman said, because Steve McManaman he used to play for Liverpool long time, and he said that by him going to play for Real Madrid, it's improved his football. His football improved, based on the culture there. And one of the biggest failures of England is the very fact that they don't promote their players going out and playing in Italy, playing in Spain. Tomori is going to vastly improve because he plays for Milan and he's playing under the tutelage of one of the greatest defenders of all time in Maldini. Sancho has greatly improved because he is playing in a very exciting team that plays a very exciting brand of football, and he's a very important piece of that. The kind of football that Sancho is playing in Dortmund, you don't play it in the Premier League. But I speak to guys in England, and a lot of them say, "Oh no, that they would rather win the Premier League than win the Champions League." I speak to guys and they say that, "No, I don't watch any other leagues. Like, why?" And I'm like, that's insane. Because for me, in Nigeria, living in Nigeria, I grew up watching the Bundesliga because Okocha, who was like our idol, played for Frankfurt. So they showed the Bundesliga in Nigeria because of Okocha, who played for Frankfurt. Serie was the biggest league in the world. So that was a league that everybody had to watch. Then, of course, the Premier League was there based on Nigeria's relationship with England. But we also were shown Spanish football as well. And I think because the satellite channels that we have, so basically there's this thing in Nigeria called Super Sport, and it's this thing they have, and Super Sport show Spanish football, they show German football, they show Italian football, they show all sorts of football. So, and that's a great thing to have. But if you're in England now, you see Sky Sports have stopped showing Spanish football now. They used to show Italian football on Channel 4 back in the late 90s, early 2000s. They stopped that now. So it's weird. It's like if England has become much more enclosed, especially with Brexit. When you look at how garbage the TV is and the fact that you've stopped showing Italian football in England, you've stopped showing Spanish football in England, and all you now have is the Premier League. So almost as if England is saying, let's now really promote this nationalist idea that Premier League is number one, Premier League is the main thing. And even now, especially with Brexit, you probably even have more people saying, oh, who cares about that whole European thing, man? It's all about the Premier League. But the fact of the matter is, which is why I talk about the whole Fergie thing, I don't give a crap how many Premier League titles Fergie has won. That means nothing to me. The acid test is how you do in Europe against other European teams. So the Premier League can never call themselves the best. Because especially now, because obviously let's look at it in a 10-year period, and as you guys have said, 10-year period is so as Klaus just said, last 10 years Spain has been dominant. When you combine Atletico's wins, Sevilla's wins, Barcelona's wins, Real Madrid's wins, Spain are the best. And you can't come out and say, oh my gosh, La Liga is trash now because of 1 year. That just shows you how trash people are. So the 1 year where La Liga teams have not performed well, the big thing now is that, oh my gosh, Premier League are amazing. What about all those times that the Premier League teams were trash and couldn't sniff a final, and Spain teams were dominating? What did he say then? But you have to understand that, and not everybody in England is like this, but a lot of people in England have a close-minded view and a very nationalistic view. And they feel that the Premier League is the be-all and end-all. And I think, for me, which is why, because it could have been easier for me if I focused, let's say, on the Premier League for the channel. Because it's English-speaking, it's the most popular, people follow it in, so I'd gain more and more traction. But the thing about YouTube is, yes, you have to do the stuff that people are seeing and do what makes much traction, but you also have to do what actually you enjoy. I wouldn't enjoy it if I only covered the Premier League. I just wouldn't. Because some Premier League games are good, a lot of Premier League games are garbage. And for me, I would not be happy if I had to cover only Premier League games. I just wouldn't be happy. I'm like, no, the product is too crap for me to get excited about. So hence why it is good to balance where let's watch some Bundesliga, let's watch some Serie, let's watch some thinking, because a lot of those Milan derbies have been better than most Premier League games I've seen. Like the last 4 or 5 Milan derbies have been amazing. During the peak years of El Clasico, there was no game in any league was better, could compete with the level of football during the peak days of El Clasico. Nothing could compete with us. Even if Bayern get that ass, there were some really good Bayern Dortmund games back in the day. The Bayern Leipzig game, which ended 4-3, or was it 3-3? That was a quality game. So, and I think, and the last thing to say to this, and I think this is where, even going back to what Sergio said, is people's lack of knowledge. Saul is okay. Koke? The fact that you would put Koke above Marcos Llorente shows you're brainless. Shows that you obviously are misinformed. Because I'm not the biggest Marcos Llorente fan, but my gosh, he is far better than Koke. Koke is okay, but yeah. And Saul, I think, is on the decline. He's okay, but Saul is not what he used to be, like, let's say 2-3 years ago. So Llorente 100% is far better than both Koke and Saul if you watch the games. But these guys, they don't watch the games. They just go via like who scored and so forth. But I just think that it's and you see, the key thing is, this is why you have to understand, you have to see so that, are you a football fan or are you just a fanboy? See, a lot of Premier League people, let's say they're a Liverpool fan, their entire life revolves around Liverpool. Let's say they're a United fan, their entire life revolves around United, and that's it. As I've always said that I'm more a football fan than a Chelsea fan. If Chelsea are playing Scunthorpe at the same time as Bayern are playing PSG in a CL semi, you must be out of your freaking mind if you think I'm going to watch Chelsea Scunthorpe over Bayern Munich and PSG. But if you're like a hardcore EPL fan or you're a hardcore Chelsea fan, you are watching Chelsea Scunthorpe over Bayern PSG. But heck no, because for me, I fly the flag of football. As a guy who plays football, reads about football, watches football stuff, and has been obsessed about football since I was 7 years old, no freaking way am I watching Chelsea Scunthorpe over Bayern PSG, because Bayern PSG, that is the greater product. That is something that would give me a lot more joy. Chelsea and Scunthorpe will give me no joy. Why do I want to watch Chelsea beat up on freaking Scunthorpe? Heck no. But Bayern PSG, boom. So, but it is what it is. I just think that, it's people's mentality, people's views. And I think, especially because of Brexit and so forth, more so people will be like, hey, screw the whole thing. But as I said again, Premier League is cool. But what the acid test is, how do you do in the Europa League? How do you do in the Champions League? Yeah, show me your league titles, cool. Don't you dare show me that trash FA Cup. I don't want that garbage medal, and I will literally spit on that Papa John's medal. Show me your league title, cool. Show me your Europa League title. Show me your Champions League title, because that is the true acid test, man. But yeah, I just think. But then the key thing is, there are football fans, and there are fanboys of clubs. I despise fanboys of clubs. This is, as it says, this is the home for football fans, man. So yeah, man. Thanks for that, man. Thanks for that. That was a really good old breakdown there. So what else do we have here? Now this is another good one we have here. Another good one. So from Joe. Hey Joe. Are you Joe Button by any chance? So let me get a sip. Once again, it's my far. Why do you think defending in football has declined? Especially centre back. The level of defending is so bad in 2021. 20 years ago, we had 20 world-class centre backs. Now we don't even have 5 world-class centre backs. Could it be because defenders are thinking about passing and dribbling instead of thinking about defending? That's why I love Pepe. He's not good on the ball, but he loves defending, and he's an amazing defender. Good question. You see, so I think people ask and say, oh, are there any defenders of this era that you would put as something defenders of all time? And I said no. There is no defender of the last 10 years that I will put in as a top 10 defender of all time. I simply wouldn't. And those are for a few reasons there. First reason is what you put out. The concept of defending has changed because football has changed. Teams are play out from the back a lot more, and managers are now looking at a more progressive way of playing. The pragmatic style still exists, but more so we're seeing 4-3. We're seeing more 4-3-3s. We're seeing more 4-2-3-1s, and we are seeing more 3 at the backs, but still in an attacking sense with wing backs. And what we're seeing now is the keeper has the ball. I don't want you to hoof the ball off. I want you to play a short pass to the defender. If you're playing a short pass to the defender, the manager is expecting the defender to be able to keep hold of the ball and pass through. So in training, if you're telling the defender that I want you to balance your defensive work with your work on the ball, that means that they will not be able to give their full into defending. Because now they have to balance in their brain with, okay, I have to understand positioning, reading of the game, tackling, timing my tackles, as well as ball control, decision making, passing. So, and when you now see that in that sense, defending falls because the game is very midfield heavy, it's very offensive heavy, and more guys are looking to attack. And I think players from the keeper are now good on the ball. I remember back in the day, Fabian Barthez, French keeper for Man United. He was, I think, one of the very few keepers who was actually good on the ball. Because back in the day, the keeper just hoofed the ball. But Barthez was one of the few keepers who you could actually control the ball, pass it around and everything, and he was like an anomaly. But back in the day, defenders hoofed the ball off. Because the focus for defenders was defending. And players took pride in, I'm going to concentrate on being the best defender I can possibly be. And the other thing I say as well is, and I think this is something that we may even discuss on a Saturday Hangout, is individual quality. It was much harder to defend 1v1 back in the day than it is now, because the game is much more about team. So there are less individuals you have to worry about, specifically in a 1v1 situation. Whereas back in the day, there were more dribblers, more individuals, more personalities. So for a defender, you would have to say, damn, I'm going to have to try and say what's up to a Beckham, to a Weah, to a Vieri, to a Ronaldo, to a Romario, to a Luis Figo, to a lot of these guys who will try and beat you 1v1. Freaking, what's the name on that? Oh, I've forgotten the name of that dude, like Ariel Ortega, all this Pablo Aimar. So I can't, that's why when I look at defending now, man, it's like I can't give any defender full credit now, because and also as well, defending is now much more about team. Because back in the day, people didn't really press. So because people didn't really press, it meant that the defenders had to do a lot more work. But now the defending is now done from the very front. So before the defender even has to defend, your team has already retrieved the ball based on putting pressure on the opposition and then forcing them into a mistake. So there is not enough evidence for me to now say, wow, Van Dijk is one of the best defenders in the world. Because are you amazing at defending? Or are you just benefiting from a system that makes the defending easier for you? Ramos is a good defender. He is. Because Ramos does a lot of 1v1 to defend, and there have been games where Ramos has pretty much saved the game for Real. But for me, Ramos isn't sniffing Thuram, Cannavaro, Nesta, Desai, Baresi, Stam, De Boer, who these guys were just top tier defenders who are going up against an individual. So it's just the change of the game. I think things will swing, but we just live in a different era where defenders are required to do a lot more than just defense. So if they're required to do a lot more, what's it called? And I think this even is, it's a famous saying that my sister reminded me of, is jack of all trades, master of none. So if you're just trying to do so many different things, it's difficult for you to specialize in one thing. But in the past, defenders just specialized in defending. So tackling, anticipation, winning the game. But right now, it's like, no. I need you to concentrate on passing, on decision making, on your first touch, your ball control, as well as also working with beating the press, as well as defending and tackling. So it's a whole different balance, as I say. Okay, so what does we have? My God, there's so many freaking questions, man. Let's see, which one is this? No? Alright, how about this one? No. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Aha, there you go. Alright. From J Adetunji. Thank you, Adetunji, for your question. Where did your love affair with Uncle Mo begin? What did you think when he came to Chelsea and our famous Special One press conference? Mourinho. So, you see, I admire people who are different. And who have a personality. My biggest beef with football or with football players is, especially now, is that there are lack of personalities. You know, because I'll just, even whenever people show clips of Ronaldinho, I'm like, oh my God, like, there really isn't a Ronaldinho in today's world. The closest thing to Ronaldinho is like a Neymar. There's nobody quite like Ronaldinho in terms of having so much personality on the pitch. So when I first saw Mourinho do a press conference, I was like, wait, who is this? Like, what a way to announce yourself. Because there's never been a manager in history who has announced himself in that way in a very first press conference. So I thought, wow, this is a bit brave. And then he delivered. The fact that he said that, and he delivered something that Chelsea had never won in his first season, showed me that, oh, well, I think we might be dealing with somebody who is really, really different. Somebody who is really operating on a whole different level. So, the thing with Mourinho was, I sort of, in a weird way, saw myself in him. You know? That's the thing. I sort of saw myself in him. I thought, you know what? We're sort of kindred spirits here because of his personality. And now people will say that, so Mourinho is arrogant, Cristiano is arrogant, Pep is arrogant, so what makes Mourinho different from a Cristiano or a Pep Guardiola? And it's really simple. I find Mourinho funny. He is genuinely funny. You know? And when you just look at the clips that people put forth of, like, you know, if I speak, no. What is this? So when you look at all of the different clips of him that exist, you can't not like him. And I think the very fact that, you know, my mom even called me and said, oh my gosh, Mourinho, like, there's just something about this guy, and there's something about him that is, for me, is very likable. And the thing about this is that even if you hate him, even people who hate him, deep down, you still have so much of an admiration for him because you can't deny that he is funny. He's humorous. You see, Pep is a weirdo. See, I find Pep really odd and really weird. You know, so that's why he's different. But for like a Mourinho, I find him funny. You know, I find him funny, and I find him like really, really amusing, man. So my thing with Mourinho was he brought a level of excitement that football was missing. And this was sort of like the first time that you saw a manager now be box office. We now saw the spotlight being put on the manager. You actually saw the spotlight being put on the coach. Because never before Mourinho, who even talked about the manager? Like, Mourinho it's the first time where you now have a manager doing adverts, where he now has sponsorships, where he's actually a brand in and of himself. And that for me was amazing, because for a guy who is so into tactics and strategy and so forth, to see the focus on the manager and the manager to sort of now be the superstar was amazing. So, and especially when you're a guy who plays all these management games and dreams of being a manager and so forth, for Mourinho to pretty much make the manager sexy. And I thought, no, this dude is different. So, and I see similarities in my personality in Mourinho's, as in, I speak very direct. I may be slightly abrasive in how I say things. I don't mince words. I am very cutthroat. Like I speak in absolutes, you know, and I believe in just giving things that are factual. So that's directness. That's complete, no filter, no BS, straight for the jugular kind of thing, you know, that I see myself. I saw it in Mourinho. So yeah, man, I am a Mourinhoista, as he says, a Mourinhoista. So yeah, thank you for that, Mr. Adetunji, man. So let's take a few more. I mean, there are a lot here, man, but I'll try and okay. See, there are too many of those, man. Okay, and this is a really good one, man. And I think I'll probably make this the last one, and then I'll take some of your things, man. From Oscar. HH, why do you think the quality of football has massively declined? The level of technique is on the floor. Look at the players that are thriving. The quick players with no technique. Salah, Mane, Vardy, Rashford, Sterling. These are not good footballers. They are just pace merchants. And why do you think corners and free kicks have declined as well, as there are not many free kick specialists or corner specialists? We're living in a different world of football. You see, for me, I'm not one of those guys who say, "Oh my gosh, these players are crap. They're so bad." No. The key word is it's different, and I think this is something that we're going to talk more on Saturday. Right now, football is, see, you know what we talked about Mourinho? The manager is king now. The focus right now are on tactics. You have to listen to everything that the manager says. There are more instructions to follow. So when I look at teams, I rarely see players expressing themselves. I see, wow, this is serious tactics to the T, which is why I love international football so much. Because the beauty of international football is because you don't have that much time to learn these tactics, more so individuals have to rise in international football, which has perhaps been Messi's downfall. Is Messi has been a guy that has really learnt upon the give and go and the passing paradigm of Barcelona. But when you're now going to Argentina, that totally operates in a different sense from Barcelona. He doesn't understand how to play. Oh, I have to dribble and just shoot. I have to completely play a different way as opposed to how I play every week in Barcelona. So there are still some good individuals out there, but I look at so even look at the individuals now who are like, wow, this is like an individual. Messi, João Felix, Sancho. I can't really think of anyone else in terms of, wow, this is a guy with personality. See, Benzema is sort of there. Benzema is sort of like Benzema is sort of flirting with a guy who has a little bit of sauce. But when I just think of like individuals with personality, like boom. I mean, back in the day, whether you want to talk about Del Piero, you want to talk about Baggio, you want to talk about Figo, you want to talk about freaking Dennis Bergkamp, you know, like the way so many guys, you want to talk about JJ Okocha, there were so many guys with so much personality, so many individuals. Because before, the manager would have a blueprint, but he has 2 or 3 guys who he would say, bro, do what you do. Like Rijkaard. Rijkaard had a general idea for Barcelona, but he was like, Ronaldinho, bro, I know what you're capable of. You do what you do. You do what you do. But I think right now, especially when you look at teams like Liverpool and so forth, it's very much a system. It's a pattern. And everything, even when you look at the goals that are being scored, a lot of goals are scored based off a systematic approach. There are very rarely do you see random occurrences or an individual just do something out of nothing, you know, and that is what's made Ronaldinho so amazing. Because we tuned in to watch Ronaldinho every week because we're like, what is this man going to do next? Why did you guys want to watch Ronaldo every single week? Because guys were like, man, what the hell is this guy going to pull off? Because this guy's just going to pull off something outstanding. And I think that as much as it is important to win, it is important to get the 3 points, it is important to win trophies. But at the end of the day, this is a sport. And I think the entertainment factor, I think, is important. And I do think that to an extent, the entertainment factor is lost. Which is why, look, as much as I beat up on Neymar and so forth, I admire Neymar because he tries to entertain. And he's an individual who's not scared to really grab the game that's scruff of the neck. You can say what you want about Messi's shortcomings and so forth, but Messi is very much a guy where, okay, I can win this game off my own back. And anybody who plays football and understands how difficult football is, it is something to marvel and something to behold when you see an individual change the game by himself. Like, do you know how difficult it is to dribble past 3 guys and score? If you've never played football, it's like, oh yeah, whatever. No. But if you've played football And you now understand that this is football at the highest level. When you see the stuff that Messi does, you're like, oh, damn. When you see the stuff that Ronaldinho does, damn. But we just do not have enough of this personality and individuals. That's just because the game has changed. And I think that, I tell you right now, who is the star of Man City? It's not Sterling. It's not De Bruyne. It's not what's it called? It's not Aguero. It's not Foden. The star of Man City is Pep Guardiola. Who is the star of Liverpool? Salah's there, yeah. But the star of Liverpool is Klopp. People's face, Klopp. Pep. See now, back in the day, oh my gosh, it's Ronaldo against where? Let's see, man. Oh man, it's Ronaldinho against Zidane. But right now, when you now look at teams, it's Pep against Klopp. It's Pep against Tuchel. It's Hansi Flick against Pochettino. So now you now have manager v manager. That was completely not the case back in the day. That's because the managers right now, they've now taken center stage, and a lot of the players are now slaves to the system. So which is cool, because things change, and you always have to admire how football evolves, how it changes, how it goes through a different metamorphosis and so forth. But I miss the individuals. I miss the individuals who said, you know what, F it. I'm just going to just dribble past 2, 3, 4 guys and say what's up. All right, so I think we might be done here. Let me just think when I take one more. You know what? Yeah, I think we're done there. Actually, let me just see whether there's any other good ones. No. I think this one already opened. Okay, this last one. Definitely the last one here now. So, from Eric. You Eric, what up, baby? Oh Lord. HH, why do you deny that Cristiano from 04 to 2015, he was the complete player? Dribbling, skills, finishing, pace, flair, assist, everything. And the reason he stopped doing that is because he got diagnosed with a serious knee injury in 2015 called tendonitis, which meant he couldn't do the dribbling and all that he had. He changed his game to become a goal scorer from 15 to 2021. He's just been a goal scorer. I agree Messi is a better footballer than Cristiano, I agree. But H should stop with the narrative that he has been a goal scorer his whole career. And as the best football analyst, you should know that he had a serious knee injury. Big up HH. I like this question because I think, let's just be fully clear here. 1000%. I remember when Cristiano first came to Man United. Okay, I remember that very, very clearly. I remember Euro 2004 when this young kid from Portugal was coming in with these fantastic, amazing step-over skills. I remember that fully well. So I remember early Cristiano. See, whenever I talk about Cristiano now, I talk about him, the goal scorer, and 100% he had to change his game. Same thing of how, as good as Ronaldo was for Real Madrid, that was Ronaldo after his massive knee injury that he got for Inter Milan. So he wasn't the same guy. But let's even talk about Cristiano at Man United. What I always said at Man United, that he was one of the most dangerous attacking weapons in football. Because this guy was a machine. He was fast. He was direct. He had superb finishing. He was skillful. He was great in 1v1 situations. He had all these things, so he was an attacking weapon. But you have to go with what you see. And even when I saw Cristiano, I was like, this is an amazing player. This is an amazing, amazing attacking weapon that Ferguson is using to great effect. But when Messi came around, we just knew. Cause remember when me and my brother first saw Messi, we were like, can he actually be an amazing player with a name like Messi? Because Messi isn't like a cool name. But there's just some things in football where you just know. Like when you just saw Messi, there's just this. It's hard to explain. You just know it as a football guy that when you saw Messi, you're like, yeah, this is the guy. Everyone is good at everything, but no, this is the guy. We just know that this is football's next son. This is football's next leader. This is the next face of football, is this dude now. So that's not taking anything away from Cristiano, who was amazing for Man United and so forth. But I still viewed Cristiano as he was like an amazing. See, he was an amazing player. So the difference between saying an amazing player and someone who is special, where you watch them and say, oh no, this is reminding me of Maradona. This is reminding me of, big boy Ronaldo. Like, now the way that this guy's ball control, the way that this guy is just gliding past players, there is a beauty that he has. And I think it's like when you see Michael Jordan. You can show Michael Jordan to somebody who has never in their life played basketball. But you show them Jordan, you're like, who the heck is this? Somebody who has never watched tennis at all, doesn't care about tennis. Show them clips of Roger Federer, they're like, wow. Because there was a beauty that Roger Federer had that transcends your understanding of tennis. There is a beauty that Michael Jordan had that transcends your understanding of basketball. There's a beauty that Maradona, R9 and Messi have, and Ronaldinho has, that transcends your understanding of football. So for Cristiano, I have to look at your entire career. I have to. Same thing with R9. I've never called R9 the greatest. I believe he would have been the greatest if he never had those injuries, but he did. So because he had those injuries, R9, he can't be the greatest because he's what he should have done was robbed from him through the injuries. So I just say for R9, he's the best player I've ever seen in my life. He's just the best. Not the greatest, he's just the best. The greatest is Maradona. So for Cristiano, I've got to look at your entire career. I know you had that injury, but it is what it is. So because you had that injury, I've got to say, for a section, you were an amazing attacking weapon. And if you didn't have that injury, wow, what could this guy have done? Imagine how many more goals he could have scored. And imagine if he had even evolved his game to an even higher level, marrying goals with dribbling. Because my thing is that if, let's say, Cristiano did not have that knee injury and he was still dribbling, he developed his dribbling, he developed his ball control, he'd probably score less goals, but I think that he would be remembered more fondly as a footballer. So if that's Cristiano at Man United continued upon that trajectory, he didn't get any injuries, he'd score less goals because he would combine goal scoring and assisting. But people would actually be fonder of him because he scored all these goals, amazing goal scorer and so forth. But people love Ronaldinho more. Ronaldinho has not scored an inch of the goals that Cristiano has scored. But in my opinion, there is no player that football purists love more than Ronaldinho. For people who are football purists, where people who you play football every day, you play five-a-side football every day, you play futsal, and you love the core of football, there is no player more beloved than Ronaldinho because Ronaldinho he exemplified. Ronaldinho is the reason why you put on your boots and you go out and you play in the park. That's why. Ronaldinho is the guy who say, okay, boom, all right, that's it. I'm going on because I want to now try those tricks. I want to try the elastico. I want to try the little pirouettes. I want to try and hold the ball on my chest, move, walk through and everything, So it's a what-if scenario because Cristiano had some skill. Because he sat some defenders down. Like some of the stuff that he did to defenders was crazy. Because obviously when he first came to United under Fergie, it was step overs that weren't doing anything. And Fake was like, bro, look, this is all good, but you have to be effective. You can't just do skills for the sake of doing skills. You have to do skills in terms of helping the team. And then he was able to sort of combine it. But then he was bringing in free kicks, bringing in goals, bringing in assists, bringing in flair and so forth. So it was sort of the mirror of being effective, but also entertaining the crowd as well. So it would have been interesting to see, because the fact of the matter is that Cristiano at Man United ain't Cristiano of the last 5 years. They're two totally different players. Like the Cristiano of now, oh my gosh, like a defender would love to go up against him because it's unlikely he will beat you. But apart from Ashley Cole, defenders were fearful of Cristiano because they're like, oh my gosh, I've got Cristiano over here. It's going to be a headache because this guy is coming for you and most likely he's going to sit you down. So, tis a shame. Tis a shame. Tis a shame of what we're going to see. So, guys, let's do a little switcheroony here. Let's do a little switcheroony here, guys. All right. Okay. So now it's time for so it's time that we have a lovely thing from the live chats, man. Aloha hoy. Aloha hoy. So guys, send in those questions, guys. Send in your lovely questions to what the fuck am I doing here? Send in the lovely questions via the live chat, man. I will now take questions from the live chat, man. From the live chat, see what you guys are about, man. Okay. So, from Natsa, shout out to your boy Natsa. Thank you for the dub, Natsa, who says, HH, why did you insult Mourinho on attacking tactics if you really truly support him? You plastic flip-flop. Latsa, can you get to a CL final? Okay. And Latsa, I hope that we are celebrating our victory over Dortmund, okay? So let's start there. Latsa, sort Dortmund, get to a CL final, get me a CL, okay? Latsa, I dare you not to make a CL final. I dare you. I dare you not to make a CL final. Think you think you're so cool? You have to understand that it's called tough love. It's called tough love. I love Mourinho. Never people that support or love Mourinho more than me. Mourinho is my idol. 100% he's my idol. But as much as I love him, there are times when he frustrates me. And when he frustrates me, I've got to keep it a stack. I've got to keep it a stack. And when he frustrates me, I've got to be like, hey, bro, this ain't it, bro. This ain't it. So when I did insult him, back then it was because he was failing. He was not doing his thing. And here's the thing. There are people that support people blindly. There is nobody I support anyone blindly. Even my family, who I love the most, I will criticize them and say, nah, this is crap. And I'm telling you that this is crap because I love you. Because I love you, I'm going to be honest with you. Because if you truly love someone and care about someone, you will tell them those harsh truths that they don't like. And that's the key, man. So from Rodrigo Roddersman, thank you for the dub. Rodrigo Rodders, thank you for the dub. This EPL has become more defensive because teams are scared to be relegated. This leads to pragmatic tactics. 80% of teams play counter-attacking for football. You see now, Rodrigo, this is interesting because this takes me to something I saw on Instagram, which is Mikel Antonio, West Ham player, and he was being interviewed. And he said, and they asked us, okay, how does it feel to play without fans? And he says that he feels, in his opinion, that the football has actually improved. And he says that the football has improved because there's no pressure from the fans. So therefore, you can take your time and you can actually be a lot more cautious in your approach. Whereas if there are fans, you are pressurized to go long, attack, move forward, and move the ball forward quickly rather than being much more patient. I don't think that the EPL has become defensive. I think the thing about the EPL is I actually do feel that Premier League has become more and more competitive. Now, your league being competitive doesn't mean that your league is good. It means it's competitive, which means that it is a tough league to win because you don't know when you're going to get got. Pepper's disgraced it, but you never know when you're going to get got. But so I do think that the gap between, let's say, 4th, 5th, 6th is lower. Look at what has happened to Arsenal. Look at what has happened to Tottenham. Back in the day, Arsenal and Tottenham used to be separate from the crowd. But now Arsenal have now really fallen down in the pecking order. Tottenham have now coming down as well. And you're seeing a rise of the Wolves, although this isn't been crazy, rise of an Everton, and a huge, massive rise of a Leicester City now who have made a huge, massive jump. So, and you see, I would agree with you for this season. It's been much more cautious because of no fans. So because there are no fans, teams now can now be a lot more careful without having pressure. But 100% when fans come back, the Premier League can't be defensive with English fans because English fans demand that you attack. English fans are not like, let's say, Italian fans who are happy to be patient. English fans demand that you go forward, you attack, you give energy, and there's a great intensity to try to score and trying to always move forward and trying to be positive. So the key thing is the whole thing with the fans. From Martin Rosario, man, thank you for the dog, Martin Rosario, or should I say last Rosario? In Miami for Ensign break. For Ensign break. CL for the CL. Go Porto. Screw you. Martin Rosario, you know my Instagram. If you find a Miami mommy, big booty, thick thighs, and a very thick accent, please DM me on Instagram and hook me up. Hook a brother up. I need a Miami mommy. Thank you. So, from your side, HA, check your DMs. And was wondering if you can read that thread. And just a side note, when did Tottenham FC begin to be considered a big club? Okay, actually, let's see what your boy is saying. Let's see what your boy is saying. Yes, the other side. See what you say, Mr. Yes side, bro. Loading. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your king. Why are Christmas songs so depressing? I've always realized that, like, Silent Night, holding. I mean, god damn, it's like this is supposed to be a happy man. All right, so okay. Oh, okay. Let's just see what your boy has written down. So this is from Yes' side. Okay. Let me try and zoom in a little bit. Make sure you don't see my DMs. The amount of disrespect Zizou gets as a manager is wild. They say he had a stacked team. Real Madrid sack managers for fun. When was the last time a manager lasted as long as Zizou at Real Madrid? Didn't Ancelotti get sacked the season after he won the CL and Copa del Rey? Zidane did something that even Pep's Barcelona team that was incredible, that's revolutionized football, couldn't do. Win back-to-back CL titles. I don't even want to start comparing the squad that Pep had from 08 to 09 till 11-12. Pep at that time won 2 CL titles in 09 and 11. Zidane won 3 CL titles in a row, a feat no manager, not Sir Alex Ferguson, greatest manager in history, Pep, Ancelotti, etc., has never managed to do once. to defend the CL. Now let's discuss what happened once he left. Yes, Cristiano Ronaldo left as well, but there were replacements too. Zidane was the former. So the former Spain manager, Julian Lopetegui, who's the current Sevilla manager, and led Sevilla to a Europa League title. He didn't even last the whole season and was sacked mid-season. His replacement didn't do much difference in Santiago Solari, and Real was embarrassed. By Ajax, which was one of those shocks of recent times, he was sacked not long after. And who did Florentino Perez turn to? You guessed it, back to Zizou. In Zizou's first full season return, he led Real Madrid to a La Liga title, mind you, without CR7. Let's fast forward to the present. Real Madrid are in the CL quarterfinals and are touching distance from the La Liga title. Zizou is on the verge of possibly winning consecutive La Liga titles, and who knows what he will do in the CL. So people need to respect Zizou and stop pretending he's a world-class manager, and has already, in a short period, accomplished what managers that have been managing for years couldn't. Respect. You see, here's the thing, Yasser Said, man. You once random, twice it's a coincidence, 3 times something is up. Unless you're dim, thick, or just plain stupid, it's impossible to fluke your way to 3 Champions League titles. Use your brain. This is the toughest competition in all club football. Nobody had ever defended their title before now. This guy not only defended it, but he did it 3 times. You can't fluke that. Even if he had, and as Yasser Said just said, people said that 09 team to 11 team is perhaps the greatest club side of all time. They never said that about Real. You know, that's funny. Why is that? Why do people say that Barcelona side is perhaps the greatest club side of all time, even though they never defended their Champions League title? But this Real Madrid side won the Champions League 3 times. Okay, they never faced Barcelona or Madrid at that time, but they won the toughest competition 3 times in a row. So how come? And I've never had any. Basically, people's reaction to those 3 sales in a row is the most shocking thing I've ever seen, because the team gets disregarded. Zidane gets disregarded. So I'm like, but they just won the toughest competition in club football 3 times in a row. But he put that to one side. Solari failed, Lopetegui failed, and he came back and he led Real Madrid to a La Liga without Cristiano. So at a point, unless you're just a... See, this is what it is. If Ancelotti, Pep, if Ancelotti, Pep, Ferguson, Mourinho did what Zidane did, there'll be no question. They'll be heralded and so forth. I think it's wrong. It robs people the wrong way that a guy just came midway through the season, took over from Benitez in 2016, won that CL, followed it up beating an incredible Juventus side in the final, and followed it up in 2018 beating the champions of the best team in France, best team in Italy, best team in Germany, and a goal-scoring Liverpool side. So, and I think because it's such a slap in the face to football logic, people's reaction is like, oh, fluke. Oh, he's lucky. Vibes. But it's like, how could you use vibes? How can you vibe your way to 3 sales in a row? That makes no sense. And in 2018, they faced every tough team. The best team in Germany, the best team in France, the best team in Italy, and an incredibly tough Liverpool side. So, look, I know what Zidane is. I think Zidane winning La Liga last season showed me that I still gave him credit But I said that, yes, I give him credit, but he's blessed for football gods. So it's a mixture of being blessed by the football gods and he's good. But him winning La Liga last season, where you don't have Cristiano, it isn't the greatest team. The team is very old. Show me, you know what? That is a slight element of dud. A slight element of dud. So yeah. And again, from Yas's side, thank you for the dub. Yas's side, he says, HH, can you go deep on Frank Rijkaard? Pause. Double pause. Triple pause. Yas's side. Triple pause. Frank Rijkaard. I've always said that I personally preferred Rijkaard's Barcelona to Pep's Barcelona. You know, that's just me personally. That I preferred the way that his team played because Rijkaard's Barcelona were very, very exciting. And they were very, very attacking and they were very, very direct. And I think that the way that, because look, if I was a player, as much as I admire Pep's system and so forth, I would hate to play under Pep. Because as we were discussing today, there's far too many restrictions, you know. You have to follow everything to the book. You have to follow everything to a T. But the beauty of Rijkaard is the very fact that, hey man, this guy allows you to play. He allows you to express yourself. And remember, he was a very attacking coach. And you have to remember, he was also the manager of the Netherlands during Euro 2000. And Netherlands were freaking amazing in that tournament. And again, you can use the website. I think this is also called footballia.com, where you can watch old matches. That is one of the wildest matches I've ever seen. That match between Netherlands and Italy. Netherlands, I think they hit the bar twice. I think they missed a penalty twice in the game, and they ended up losing the game on penalties. It was one of the weirdest games I've ever seen. You know, but they were the best team in the tournament. And obviously afterwards, you know, you saw him crying in the bus, and then he then sort of like steps down as the manager. But then, you know, he obviously found success with Barcelona, Ronaldinho. But yeah, but like that is one of my favorite teams was Rijkaard's Netherlands and Rijkaard's Barcelona, you know, because I just think his philosophy was, look, man, this is intense, attack, direct, express yourself, and a huge focus on individuals saying what's up. So guys, man, send me those cues, man. Send me those cues. Let's see what you guys are saying, man. Send me those cues. Send me those cues. Send me those cues. All right, what are we saying here? From Brian K02, man. Thank you for the dub. Brian K02, thank you for the dub. So Brian K002 says, is Messi more talented than Maradona? More flexible? You know, it's a tough one. Because people have said this to me, and I've always gone back and forth, because I've always said that Maradona is greater than Messi, but Messi is more talented. And my argument is that Messi is more talented because he's of his passing, his playmaking, his creativity, and his ability to take free kicks. But then I said to myself that Maradona was also a very good passer. I believe Maradona was a more developed dribbler. He also was a great playmaker to set up also guys. So I said to myself, and I don't think any player in history has better ball control than Maradona. Like Maradona's ball control was insane. Just look at that YouTube clip, Life is Life, where he does the keepy ups at Napoli. Who is more talented? I would still have to say Messi. Maradona's great, but the reason why I say Messi is So this is a guy who can play in a 4-3-3, and he can play on the flank on the 4-3-3. This is a guy that can play as a false nine. This is a guy that can play as a winger. This is a guy that can play as a number 10. And this is a guy that can play as a free role. And he is excellent in all those roles, as either a striker, a false nine, one of the flank guys in a 4-3-3, either as an inside forward or a winger, can play as a number 10, just behind the striker, and he can play as a free role. And I think that to be able to go from an attacking player, an amazing attacking player who gave you 92 G's a year, to a playmaker, arguably one of the greatest playmakers that I've seen. When you think of the great playmakers, how many playmakers are better than Messi in terms of chance creation and passing precision? So for talent, Messi is one of the most talented players that we've ever seen. But Maradona is greater. From Rodrigo Roders, man. Thank you for the dub, Rodrigo Roders. Thank you for the dub. HH, does nostalgia cloud your judgments of past players compared to current generation? I feel oldies gets overrated and we forget the times that they bricked it. I try not to use nostalgia at all. But you are right. So back in my day, Twitter didn't exist. Instagram didn't exist. Facebook didn't exist. We were using dial-up internet. So really, most of the analysis we saw was either on TV or we had to buy, I used to buy World Soccer Magazine. So it was World Soccer Magazine, Trans World Sports, World Sport. And that was like our football supplement. And because information is now much more freely available now, we can now clown guys more. So for instance, like on YouTube, a YouTube compilation of a player from 20 years ago will only show their best highlights. And that's it. But as of now, we're like, yeah, man, I remember that break game here. Oh, yeah, I remember when he was crap at that game. So even if you show me his highlights, I remember that game at this time when it was crap and we all retweeted it. How many times have you seen people do a compilation of a player and they use the Titanic music played with a really crappy flute? And what's it called? Disaster Class. How many Disaster Class compilations have you seen? So many. This is a Cristiano Disaster Class, Messi Disaster Class, Neymar Disaster Class, Ousmane Dembele Disaster Class. Boom. You didn't have that for a R9, Beckham, Del Piero, Maradona, Pele, and so forth. Because I'm sure those guys had bad games. But the thing, though, is I've always admitted that talent-wise, Messi is one of the most talented players of all time. Cristiano is one of the greatest goal scorers we've ever seen. Neymar is an idiot. The reason why Neymar is an idiot is this is the reason why Neymar is an idiot. Neymar was supposed to bring us back. That's the thing. You see, I respect Messi and so forth, but Messi doesn't have the same kind of psychology that Neymar has. See, Neymar was supposed to bring us back to those days. So if Neymar was the main guy, he would have set the stage like, guys, it's now back to individuals, personalities, and so forth. But because he failed to sort of grab the crown, and Messi held onto the crown and held onto the throne, didn't happen. Which is why the whole Neymar thing is odd, because I know what this guy can do. And this guy is supposed to be the second coming of Ronaldinho. There will never be anybody like Ronaldinho, because Ronaldinho is a once in a lifetime player. But the closest thing to a Ronaldinho, like this is the guy who we're now paying to come and see, was supposed to be Neymar. So I recognize that there are a lot of amazing guys that are around now, but I don't believe that nostalgia clouds my judgments of how amazing Desai was as a defender. Nostalgia doesn't cloud the judgments of how amazing Zidane was, how amazing Bergkamp was, how amazing Del Piero was, how amazing Ronaldo was, how amazing all of these guys were, Figo and so forth. Because these guys, I'm sorry, in any era they'd be amazing. Figo, Ronaldo, Zidane, Desai, Cannavaro, Nesta, Dini in any era that they were, because they were just truly exceptional. So yeah, no, I try not to get the whole thing to bother me that much, man. So, let's see what else, guys. So, guys, send in those cues, man. Send in those cues. I'm in the live chat. Send in those cues. It should be objective. Who is a better dribbler, Messi or R9? R9. Messi's dribbling is based on just basic. Because you say who is a better dribbler. So when I'm saying like a dribbler, then it's about the style. Messi's dribbling is about I'm just going to get past you. I don't want to complicate it or anything. I'm just trying to get past you. R9 is the level of technique. Well, that's why the name of the video is Impossible Technique, because Ronaldo was doing things that was so complicated at such a high speed, which is what made it scary. So it's step overs, it's pirouettes, it's drag backs, putting through guys' legs, it's right foot, it's left foot, it's elasticals. So the different kinds of styles, the different techniques, the different moves, and different ways in which he's getting past you is why I say he's the better dribbler. They're both amazing dribblers, but when you see what Anand is doing, you're like, whoa, what the heck? What the heck? So that's why for me, I have to roll with a thingy-magic, man. Who's winning the Euros? I reckon Portugal. Look, we're going to talk about it. Sunday, 10 p.m., we have our international hangout where we're going to talk all things, all things Euros, Copa America, Nations Cup, and everything. So we're going to have a nice, good old discussion. This Euros is very open. France just seem a bit to me. But the thing about this is that, Portugal have a ridiculous squad, But someone says, all because you have an amazing team on paper doesn't mean that you're going to have to be, doesn't mean that you're going to be effective. But Portugal have an amazing squad. Like, that's because people showed me, like, there's this graphic of where you look at their team and they've got like 2 or 3 quality players for every position. And I think they have like 3 quality keepers as well. So, but sometimes you can have too much of a good thing. Because yes, it's great having so many names, but now who do you pick? Who do you leave out? And it's even much more harder to pick the right team. I mean, if you're Norway, bro, the team picks itself. But if you're Portugal, okay, do you go with João Felix? Do you go with Bernardo Silva? Do you go with Bruno Alves? Do you go with Ruben Neves and so forth? Do you go with a Danilo? Do you go with a Carvalho? So, because there's so many guys and they bring so many different things. So it puts more pressure on Santos because he's expected to do something, and also it also means that he's going to do a lot more coaching and a lot more management, because you have to now really know what team to pick. So his lineup is going to be very important whenever he picks it. I don't understand how people are calling England favorites for the Euros, because quality team, garbage coach. Netherlands are a freaking joke with De Boer. But it's like, it's going to be an open Euros, man, because you can't sleep on Italy. Because Italy are coming into this the way they love to. Because whenever Italy are favorites, they break it up. Whenever they're underdogs and nobody really is looking at them, like Euro 2000, 06 World Cup, 1982 World Cup, is when they are the most dangerous. They are the most dangerous when you're not really looking at them and they just sort of come, under the radar. So, yeah, man. I can't answer that for you. I have no idea who's winning it, because France, for me, you can call them favorites, but I just can't call it for France. But France are always going to be difficult, based on Deschamps' tactics, and they're a difficult team to beat. And when France even faced Portugal, who won the game? France won the game. So France are the kind of guys. See, France know how to win. And I think them winning the World Cup and them being still a very young team with a very young core, I think that they're going to always have a psychological edge over every team at the Euros. Because every single team will just have a slight inferiority complex whenever they face France, based on just how France have established themselves in world football now. So, what else can I say, man? So if England had a more competent manager, I would back them to win. If England had Harry Redknapp, if they had someone like a Harry Redknapp, or let's say you gave them like a Nagelsmann, young guy, young team, they would be a threat. I'd put them as strong outsiders. Still not as favorites. I'll put them as strong outsiders, man. You can think about it as even if they had a strong manager, you need the right mentality. And England haven't won in such a long time that I don't know whether they have the mentality to win. Because playing a semi-final against, if playing a semi or a quarter against like a Portugal or a France, England will be underdogs. Even if England face Italy, like once England face a big team, they'll be underdogs. So, but for them to even have a chance, they need a better manager. Like, see, England's issue is their sentiment merchants and their passion merchants. As in, because Southgate fluked his way to a semi of the World Cup, they believe that, no, this guy is definitely the right man and look like he's done amazing things. And basically vibes. But tactically, is he a good tactician? Does he know what he's doing tactically? So that's always the issue, which is why I really have much hope for Ungelanda. Incredibles is overrated, by the way, man. So, has anyone ever mistaken you for Frozen, the Incredible, in public? No, they haven't, thankfully, because that character is trash. The film is mid, but the character is trash. But I've been mistaken for Drogba. I don't know why. I was walking outside my university, UCL, just walking, and someone just said, Drogba. I looked back and I said, oh, so I was like, so why would you think I was a Drogba from the back? So that was wild, man. And people mistake my older brother for Henri, and he does look a lot like Henri, man. So who would you rather have in your team, Kante or Casemiro, and why? Kante. Casemiro is an amazing player. Superb, amazing player. And I think, he has shown his importance for Real Madrid. He has shown his clutchness for Real Madrid. So I'm taking nothing away from Casemiro, who is an amazing, amazing player. Now, when he presents this to me, I suppose he presents me to this with both of them at their very best. Kante brings too much value to my team. Too much. Ask Didier Deschamps, who is your most valuable player? He will say it's Kante. He understands Mbappe, Griezmann, Giroud, Pogba, Varane, and so forth. But if you're asking us who would you say is your most valuable player? He will say it's Kante is my most valuable player. Also remember, Didier Deschamps played a similar role to Kante when he was playing as well, like a deep line midfielder. Kante, you get defensive cover. You get midfield solidity. You get a guy who can bring out the ball. You get a guy who can break down plays. And you get a guy who can also help to launch counterattacks. So he is giving you so much and covering so much ground. As a manager, he is freaking gold dust. Every manager prays for a Kante. Because the most important battle to win in football is the midfield battle. That's the most important battle to win, And Kante is just a freaking, he is freaking key in terms of the midfield. All right, what did I say, man? All right. HH, could Barca pull off a domestic double? It's very possible. 100%. Yes. Yes. So they play. I think they play Bilbao. I believe in the Copa del Rey final. I think that they could get the better of them there. And if I was a betting man, which I'm not, I truly believe that they're going to win La Liga. I mean, La Liga right now is perhaps the most exciting title race because I think it may all be over in thingamajig. Wait, what are we doing? Okay, here we go. So, look at that, 4 points. And Real are 6 points behind. So, let's see Atletico's game. So, they have Sevilla away. Then Betis away. Woo! And who do Barcelona have? Valladolid, the lead, but at the hey, and this is on my dad's and my brother's birthday, 10th of April. That's my dad's and brother's birthday. Ooh wee. Barcelona, Valladolid, man. Ooh, jeez. So, yeah, man, it's I really believe that Barca will win the league. Atletico, I think, especially when you look at that last game where they only won 1-0 and they had to rely on Oblak to make it safe. Atletico are feeling the pressure. All the momentum is with Barcelona. Look at that last 5 games, all W's. They're the most informed team now. And Barca now know that, look, we can just run the clock. We can just run the whole table. So when do they play at Atletico? So they play Atletico 9th of May. So you're saying to yourself that probably by that time, I'm going to bet with you, by the time Barca play Atletico Madrid at the crib, I believe Barcelona will be ahead by 2 points. Maybe 2 or 3 points. You know, I'll say they'll probably be ahead by 2 or 3 points. I strongly doubt that by the time that game comes around, Barca will still be trailing at Atletico. So there is a very, very good chance that they can do the double because Atletico will bottle the league and then we're going to have to really have a long conversation about that complete fraudulent man called Diego Simeone, who, let's just be real, he's had us all for a laugh, man. Okay, he's had us all for a huge ride. If Liverpool win the CL, is their season a success? Yes. They win the CL, they get back into Europe, and you've won the biggest competition. Oh, big wows. You finished, what, 6th or 7th? So when Chelsea won the Champions League in 2012, but they came out like, what, 5th or 6th in the Premier League, did they view their season as a failure? Hell no. You won the biggest competition. So you end the season with the biggest trophy and you get back into Europe. That's a freaking win all around. So it would be a success. Hence why they are putting so much into this game. And that is why that game against Real is going to be so huge. Because I believe that Real have an eye on La Liga, but Real Madrid can see a path to the final. And Real are saying to themselves that just get us to that final. Because Real know that, man, guys. So Modric, Varane, Ramos, Casemiro, Benzema is like, guys, if we get to that final, nobody's beating us. Nobody's beating us. The issue is just getting to the final. That's the problem. But if we get to the final, we know how to do this against anybody. Hence why the final we all want to see, which we won't see, but the final that would literally break the internet would be Real Madrid Bayern. That final would break the internet. It would break the internet. Real Madrid Bayern. So, but Liverpool, man, yeah, of course, it'll be a success. And I can see that narrative. I can see that narrative of Liverpool finishing 5th, 6th, struggling through in the Premier League, and somehow, some way, they managed to say what's up in the CL. It can happen. It can happen, man. It can definitely happen. So, but 100%, it would be a success, man. It would be a success. All right. So, HH, when it's all said and done, will Lewandowski be seen as the greatest striker of this era? I believe so, yes. Funny you say this. So last night I was just browsing through YouTube. I was doing this YouTube thing, and then this video popped up of Lewandowski 5 goals in 9 minutes. Because I thought it was 5 goals in 12 minutes. So well, this was 5 in 9. So I said, look, man, let me watch this whole thing again. And the thing about this game is, I remember I watched the first half on BT Sport, and I think I then left at halftime. And I then came back and it was, it's 5-1. Oh, okay. Little I know, one man scored all those 5 goals. But when you just see, I don't care who he did it against. That is one of the greatest things I think I've ever seen in football. That's in a top tier game. Forget a top tier game. Let's even in whatever era or league or even Sunday, whatever. To score 5 goals in 9 minutes is insane. Even in freaking Peanut League. Okay? Even in Groundnut League. A man to score 5 goals in 9 minutes is stupid, let alone in the Bundesliga. So, Lewandowski, I just think, is just, in terms of just the out of goal scoring, is insane. Because it's the types of goals that he scores. It's the variety of the goals that he scores. Movements, tappings, long ranges, free kicks, volleys, headers, insane. So I just think that, and the thing about it is that he's ending it so well. We can't ignore Benzema being a side chick to Cristiano. That happened. That's part of his career. He's ending it well, but we cannot ignore that period. Kind of about Suarez, you had an amazing period of like 2013, 2014, 2015, maybe 2016. But then you have just dipped, specifically in the Champions League. Aguero, you're a domestic merchant. Flopped in the Copa America, flopped in the Champions League. So Lewandowski is the only guy who, for the best part, has been fully consistent. And I think last year, jettisoned him. Like what he did last year, and in the Champions League just really raised his profile. Let's see what they do this year, because he's not slowing down. He's not slowing down, because guys, man, that's PSG game, man. God damn. That PSG game. That game is like basically the game. It's too huge. It's too huge. As far as I told you, I'm telling you this right now. I will beat the living crap out of Neymar if he's not in that game. Guys, I swear to you right now. I swear to you right now. I will beat the living crap out of Neymar. I'll beat him. I'll beat him up if he's not there. If Neymar's not there. If name is not there, I will literally ban anybody if they mention his name. No, I will beat up Neymar, and I will find Lost Leston and beat the crap out of him as well. I'll beat them both at the same time. I'm begging you, man. Please, Neymar, you stupid piece of crap. You absolute loser. If do one thing right in your crappy life, just turn up for the game. Give the fans what they want. Give the fans what they need. Because all I need is just everybody's at their best. No injuries, no suspensions, no nothing. Let's see everybody at their best, man. So, let's see what you guys doing, man. I'm confused. Are you trolling or are you actually or are you actually like being serious? Rooney best in the UCL and EPL. Now he's a Premier League legend. I'll give you that. What did Rooney do in the UCL? Like I don't want to disrespect Rooney, man. You know he alright. But I've always felt that Rooney has always been a bit, you know, just slightly overhyped, man. Slightly overhyped. You know, um, slightly overhyped, man. Uh, Sending those cues, guys. Sending those cues. Sending those cues. What go on? What go on? What go on? But you see, let's even talk briefly about Rooney, and then I want to take get a quick drink. I never viewed Rooney world class. So world class. You can't be world class if all you are is amazing in your league. You can't be world class. That's why I don't call Kane world class. To be world class for Rooney, how well did you do at the Euros? How well did you do at the World Cup? How well did you do in the Champions League? So he scored 1 goal in the Champions League final. Okay. How well did he do it in other Champions League knockouts games? How many goals did he score at the Euros? I believe he scored 2 goals at the World Cup. Two. So apart from what he did in the Premier League and in England and for United, what impact did he make on the world stage? Keep it real. Like, did he ever make a true impact on the world stage? I'm not sure he did. I'm really not sure he did, man. So, should Barcelona retire the number 10 jersey when Messi goes somewhere else? Because I think someone asked this before, and it's I can understand why they would want to do so, because it's like he is the greatest Barcelona player of all time. No, nobody comes close in terms of what he's done for such a long period of time. I don't think there'll ever be a Barcelona player that will be able to do what he did for such a long period of time. So out of respect, it would make sense. But the flip side is you always want to move on, and you never want to be beholden to a player. So, for instance, if they retire that jersey, will Messi continue to cast a shadow over Barcelona, and will he continue to cast a shadow over future Barcelona players? Because what if a new star comes around, this new Wizkid, and he says that, nah, man, and this new Wizkid, he wears a number 10 jersey. And he feels that this number 10 jersey, he brings in knockouts and so forth, and he plays like a number 10. And he says, I want the number 10 jersey. Now people say, well, do you know who wore the jersey? Yeah, I know who wore it. But I'm going to create a legacy for myself and create something totally new for Barcelona. So, you know what? I'm leaning towards retiring it. I'm leaning towards retiring it because I can't think of many players who has brought so much value to a club than Messi, because it's not only what he did on the pitch, it's his brand. Because when you think of Messi, you think of Barcelona, how many, I can only imagine the amounts of Barcelona jerseys that have been shown, that have been sold with Messi's name. Which is why I said, how the hell are you in debt? I mean, you must have the biggest, most brickish, top tier scholastic accountants in the world. How do you go bankrupt when you have a working, money-making goldmine as Messi part of your freaking team. So a part of me just say, you know what? Probably retire it, man. So guys, man, I'll be back, man. Bear with me. Let me just a quick drink break. Bury the lungs and so forth, and I'll be back quicker than you can say, but I'm blinking, man. So I'll be back soon. Kid, the kid's back. 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 Relax, relax, man. Quick 5 minute break. We're back in it. We're back in it. We're back in the game, man. We're back in the game. We're back in the game, man. We're back in the game, man. What's up? What's up, baby, man? Sending those cues. Sending those cues. She's not bad. Newcastle fan, I think. So So this is pretty much what happens then. Can't you guys hear me, or can you not hear me? No. Maybe it's your sound, bro. I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm good. And so basically, so I leave, and you start talking. You start comparing women, man. Guys, man. Porto can beat Chelsea tactically. I really believe that. Me too. Me too. Any Chelsea fan who is dumb enough to think that this is going to be an easy game, they're having a laugh. They're having a freaking laugh, man. So, won't be easy. And the worst thing is, whether it's true or not, FC Porto feel they've got a chip on their shoulder, that they have the points to prove, and because of that, they're going to be extra motivated to say what's up. They're going to be extra motivated to say what's up. So that's why I say this is going to be a very, very dangerous game for your boys, man. Very dangerous game indeed, man. You know, I'm worried. I'm pretty worried, man. I mean, yeah. The CL in that Bombers Premier League. It's not. It's not. City can beat Tottenham every day of the week in the Premier League. Easy. Easy dub. When the bright lights of the CL turn on, it's a different gravy. It's a different approach. Because this is the big boy trophy. This is the Salini. This is when guys say, all right, it's time to say what's up. This is when you say what's up. This is the time when guys rise to their very best. And because Porto feel that Chelsea are underestimating them, Chelsea are disrespecting them, that is the greatest motivator you're going to have in football. There is no better motivation than your team disrespecting you or underestimating you. So it's going to make FC Porto go even harder. So for me, that Chelsea Porto game is going to be one of the more interesting games. You know, because Tuchel is not going to be unbeaten. He's getting beat. Okay? He's going to be. So, I'm pretty worried, man. Pretty worried, man. One second. Does Son need to leave Spurs in the summer? I like to see him at Bayern and win something before he wastes his prime. A lot of guys need to leave Tottenham because a lot of guys are too good for Tottenham. Son is too good for Tottenham, man. So, which is why, and even me as well, based on what Chelsea were and the situation that Chelsea were in, Hazard was too good for Chelsea. That's why I did not begrudge him leaving Chelsea. I've loved him to stay, but if you're looking around and you see what Willian, Giroud, Pedro, and Real Madrid are calling, and you're one of the best players in the world, you gotta leave. Son, in his position, is one of the best in the world. So, if I'm advising Son, I'll be like, because see, for Son, remember when Son left Leverkusen, that was a big move for him. and he felt that he was making his real big move by moving to Tottenham from Bayer Leverkusen. You know, but now that he's been at Tottenham for a long time and so forth, Son may think that Tottenham is a ceiling, but this is not your ceiling. Like, Son, you're too good for this club. You, like, if you're Real Madrid and you had a choice between Rodrigo and Son, who do you take? Vinicius is talented. Vinicius or Son, who do you take? Because his Son is perfect for Real Madrid and what they want to do. He's perfect. Especially like on the counter and so forth, he would be far more dangerous than Rodrigo, Asensio, or Vinicius. So he needs to get out of there for sure. And no, but Bayern is too stacked, because Bayern, like, that would be a bad move for some, because you have to get past Sané, Gnabry, Coman, loads of guys, man. But if he was to go to Real Madrid, he's easily displacing Rodrigo, Vinicius, or Asensio easily. So, but I told you, Tottenham, these guys are not winning a trophy. They're not, And for Harry Kane, bro, if you want to be taken seriously, you're gonna have to leave as well. So, can Real beat Liverpool without Cruz? That's a big question, brother. They can, but it'll be hard. They can. I'll tell you this. Real have no chance to beat Liverpool without Benzema. That's the one man they can't afford to lose. Benzema, then Ramos. Without Ramos, that's tough, but it's doable. Without Toni Kroos, okay. But if you have Casemiro, Valverde, and Modric, okay, you're missing the pass completion and the control that Kroos gives in that midfield. But Zidane will say, okay, we don't necessarily need to keep possession. We just need to just puncture Liverpool and just attack those spaces. Because again, possession doesn't win you football matches. Goals do. So it's about, okay, like, we'll just tweak things. We know that we can't keep the ball out without Cruz. We'll just attack those spaces that Liverpool will leave, especially with the defense. But without Benzema, who literally is their attack, Madrid stand no chance. That is the one man Real can't afford to lose, and that's one man Liverpool are hoping isn't available, because I think with Benzema we have a game. Doesn't mean they win, but they have a game. Without Benzema, Real don't stand a chance. So without Cruz, it's still possible for sure. Juan Cruz is definitely still possible. Real don't need their main players to beat Liverpool. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. As I said, Real Madrid can't beat Liverpool without Benzema. They can't. If all you're giving me is what? Vinicius and no. Look at the game against Atalanta. Who ended up scoring? It was an amazing goal by Mendy. How often is that going to happen? As I said, the one man they need is Benzema. That is key. They lose Ramos, that'll be huge as well. But for sure. Mossab, relax, bro. Relax, man. Relax. La Liga is dead. Let's be real. Barca and Real wouldn't even be top 6 in the Premier League at the moment. How do you know? Like, what gives you this assessment? So Leicester City are third. They're third, and they lost to Slavia Prague. United are second, and they're in the Europa League. So this is what I said. Like, so this whole notion of like, oh, these guys wouldn't do this. It's like, come on, like, let's be like. For me, I honestly don't know how Barca and Real right now would do. They wouldn't come top 6. I mean, City would do better than them. They wouldn't do as good as United or Leicester City or Chelsea. Brethren, man, that's a little that's a little bit extreme. That's just a little bit extreme. Just a little bit extreme, bro. All right, what else are you gonna say, man? Okay, look, focus. Okay, that guy's always having a laugh, man. Gareth Bale using Tottenham as a training lab to keep fit. Yeah, I saw that interview, man. Latin, relax and get me my mommy, man. Okay, get me my mommy. It was harsh, man. I mean, because Bill pretty much said it and said, "Look, bro, I'm just here to gain fitness, bro. There's nothing more that I want. I just want to gain fitness." It's on because I thought we would see the return of Beast Mode, and the last few matches, I thought, "Oh my gosh, man, Beast Mode could be back," because he was coming into some good form. So I believe that, okay, yeah, he's now found a home here for Tottenham. Then, of course, Dinamo Zagreb and Prison Break happened. And when that happened, I was like, Bale, how did you allow on your watch Tottenham to lose 3-0 and get lubricated by Dinamo Zagreb? So my thing is that I haven't seen enough from Bale for me to say that, oh, this guy can actually go back to Real Madrid and do something. So, you saying that you're using them as training, what makes you think that if Zidane is still in charge of Real Madrid, you'll have a place at Real? Because I thought that the whole point of making the move to Tottenham is test the waters, and then if it goes well, you just secure it, because Zidane is not playing Bale. He just isn't. I think even if they were in this situation right now, he'll still find an excuse not to play Bale. And I think for Bale, it's like, when last did we see Beast Mode? Well, did we see Beast Mode? It's been a while. It's been a while since we've seen Beast Mode. So it is what it is, as I say. It is what it is, man. Was Lord Zizou right about Bale? You see, the thing about Bale is this. He isn't what he was. And he isn't as effective as he once was. But he's the kind of guy you always keep around, because you never know when he could pop up and do something. Because he's the kind of guy who, out of nowhere, even when he's playing badly, can just pop off with an amazing piece of skill or an amazing goal. And you should always have a place for moments merchants. You know, there are rhythm merchants and moments merchants. The rhythm merchants need to have a good run of games, and they need to be in form for them to do well. Rhythm merchants who are out of form are useless to you. Moments merchants, they can be in the worst run of form. Out of nowhere, they can just score an amazing goal. How many players can come off the bench and score a bicycle kick in a CL final. I know Larius was in goal, but to do that in a CL final is huge. You know, to do that in a CL final is freaking huge. So, but ultimately, for what Zidane wanted to do, I think he was right that because again, Bale's move to Tottenham ultimately has been a failure. You know, because this was the opportunity for him to prove Zidane wrong. Okay, I'm going to go to Tottenham. I'm just going to go ham and go crazy. I'm going to score all these goals and just be one of the best players in the season. Apart from like a small run where he's been good, he's largely been a failure. So Zidane will be like, so you were stressing me for what exactly? So this was the big deal that I was waiting for you for. Like, man, it's like, get the heck out of here, bro. Get the heck out of here, man. Yeah, man, look. Thoughts on Ansu Fati's knee injury, and it ain't healing, so he may need a second surgery, only 18, and how that affects him in the future. Ah, man. It's like the whole Hazard thing, man. The worst thing I think one of the biggest things in football that I hate is injuries to top players. You know, injuries to bricks. You know, what can you do? But when you see a top player gets injured or a potential player get injured, I mean, it's horrible. I'm not saying Barca would have beaten PSG, but it would have been really interesting. It would have been a far more interesting game if Ansu Fati was in that game against PSG. Who knows? Who knows the kind of difference they would have made? Who knows what would have happened if they go 1-0 up and Messi plays that ball to Ansu Fati instead of Dembele? So his only saving grace is he's very young. You see, if this happened to him at 26 or with Hazard, if he was 30, he'd be screwed. It's like, okay, your career's over. But the issue now is, okay, even if he recovers, in what form will he be? What kind of condition will he be from the injury? Because some people who get serious injuries, they're never the same player. Like that's what happened to Ronaldo. Got the knee injury, screwed him up. So it's unfortunate because he was definitely one of the guys that I put into the mix as, you know, this could be the next guy that could say what's up. Is this next guy? He could definitely say what's up, man. He could definitely say what's up. But you know, this is the sad effing reality of life, man. You know, and it's just like Hazard, man, because we were robbed off of Hazard, 100%. If Hazard doesn't get his injuries, we're looking at Ballon d'Or. We're looking at Ballon d'Or and the CL, 100%. Hazard would have led Real Madrid to a CL easily. Fully fit Hazard leads Real to a CL, wins Player of the Season. Facts. We were robbed, and all that we can blame is our injuries. All we can blame are our injuries, man. You know, and us as football fans, you know, we got robbed off of it, man. You know, because literally, like Hazard, he was ready to surpass Neymar, Messi, and so forth. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows it, that he was about to surpass them, which is why he was more. What was supposed to happen is he goes to Real Madrid. He has a big boy season, and then he completely puts Cristiano's legacy in the shadow. So if he didn't have that injury, we would be saying, all right, Hazard is now, he is now the king of this era. The king of this era. So as football fans, we got robbed. We got cheated. You know, because look at the landscape now. It's empty. Neymar can't stay fit. Messi is getting beat 4-1. Cristiano is side stepping his way back towards his goal and is diving against 10-man FC Porto. What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? So obviously now we're now living in a world where Haaland and Mbappe are now the best players. Mbappe, I call him the prodigy. Haaland is a goal scoring phenom. But where is the technique? So Haaland and Mbappe and Tapinaldo are the faces of football? Really? So, you can hate Hazard all you want. You can abuse him all you want. But we as football fans got robbed. We got robbed. They're not individuals. They're not personalities. They're not killer apps. They're not thugs. They're not personalities. Where are the Dinos? Where are the R9s? Where are the Rivaldos? Where are the true dudes who have been able to say what's up? And Hazard was tasked with saving football. The whole point was he was here to put Messi and Cristiano in the past and in the shadow. He was brought in to retire those dudes as a young dude coming through, future of football, young dude. He was there to retire Messi and Cristiano, 100%. The greatest farewell season in football history was Hazard's last season at Chelsea. 100%. That is the greatest farewell season of all time. One of the greatest performances in a major final, in your final game for a club, was Hazard in that European final against Arsenal. Best player of the World Cup, best top 3 players in Premier League history, player of the decade in the Premier League. So if you do the math, no injuries, Real Madrid win the CL. Potentially the treble. Hazard gets 15 goals, 25 assists. But injuries, guys. Injuries. From LSK Laxon, thank you for the dub. LSK Laxon, thank you for the dub. Reminding me how in form Hazard was before the injury. Before the injury, best player of the World Cup, best player and player of the season in the Premier League, led Chelsea to a European title, led Chelsea to 2 league titles single-handedly without the help of a manager. He did it all by himself as an individual. So his record speaks for itself. And also he gets an 87% on the eye test. So, you can talk up, talk down. His talent speaks for itself. His talent speaks for itself, man. His talent speaks for itself. Let's be real. If Messi scored a penalty, Barca could have knocked out PSG. PSG capitulated too easily under pressure. I'll keep it real with you, man. If Messi had scored that penalty, I think Barca would have come back. Because PSG would not have known how to react. Because PSG would have just been thinking, oh, all right, we're screwed. They would have just been assuming that, here we go again. We are screwed. We are effed. So, but again, it's what ifs. Because I don't do the what ifs. He missed. I would have loved to see what would have happened if he had scored, but he missed, and PSG survived. But PSG survived only to face a freaking behemoth waiting for them, which is Bayern Munich. As I said again, whoever makes it through that left side of the draw, they may go ahead and win it, man. Because if you're Bayern, you have to beat PSG and Man City. If you're PSG, you have to beat Bayern and Man City. So you come through that, and if you're Man City, you're going to have to beat either Bayern Munich or PSG. So, Pep knows that for us to win it, we're going to have to slay a giant. So this is not going to be any kind of easy. We're going to have to slay a giant in order to say what's up. So by the time a team at that draw gets to the final, it's like whoever we face, we are so battle ready. Let's ride. guys, Dortmund stand no. Like, guys, I don't want to hear any crap about Dortmund doing anything, man. Those guys ain't doing nothing. Like, this Pep wouldn't dare getting knocked out by Dortmund. So I'm not even entertaining it because he wouldn't dare. He wouldn't dare. So there's no chance. No chance in hell. But yeah, man, no, look at it again, man. I mean, hopefully, COVID doesn't ruin things, man. It's gonna be an interesting Euros. And I think it's the Copa America this year with Colombia, Argentina, and Colombia are both co-hosting. And look, man, we'll talk about it on Sunday, man. But if Messi retires without winning one major international trophy, I don't want to hear anything about Olympics for Argentina, man. That's messed up. That's messed. Like, I'm sorry, man. That's it. Because you can't just say, "Oh my gosh, look at all he did for Barcelona." I'm like, no. You can't just reject one aspect of football. So people attack me when I say I call Messi the club coach or the best club player of all time, which is fair. Because what has he done internationally to the same extent as what he has done club-wise? You know? Like, I think his biggest moment for Argentina was the hat-trick he scored against Brazil, I think was it in the Olympics or the Copa America, like ages ago? That's, I think, his biggest moments for Argentina. So, like, has he ever come clutch for Argentina at a World Cup? I mean, maybe his through ball pass to Di Maria against Switzerland in that match, but like, you know, like, I mean, you can't have your cake and eat it, and you can't just view things the way you want to view them without looking at the whole picture. You have to look at the whole picture. So yes, club-wise, this guy has been phenomenal. You know, I don't think there are many better, more consistent players. No, he is the most consistent club player of all time. No Copa America. Because World Cup is one thing. You can't win a Copa America. And you had two great chances against Chile. Because the thing about Copa America is Brazil is so strong and they're so tough. And they have although I believe Uruguay have actually won the most Copa Americas, but just that, you know, Brazil are such a tough juggernaut that you can't really ignore them. So, but it's like, I mean, you can't give me one flipping Copa America. Just one, bro. Nah, man, I ain't feeling like that, man. From Wisky Jackson, man. Thanks for the dub. Thank you for the dub. Well, let's see what this guy's saying. How in form was he at Real before the injury? Last I checked, dude was too busy eating Belgian chocolates and paella on the weekends and turning up fat. LSK Laxon. I strongly know Hazard was injured before he came to Real Madrid. And I believe that he had a mental injury. I'll repeat it one last time. Hazard with no injuries makes Cristiano irrelevant and competes with Messi and Neymar as the best players in the world. Footballing wise, Cristiano he's not even sniffing Hazard. It's actually an insult to my intelligence to even put Cristiano in the same breath as Hazard for football. Not goals, football quality. Hazard without any injury, because I believe he had some sort of an injury before he came to Real, and we'll know. Take away the injury, he's the best player in the world, wins Real a treble, wins the best player award. These are facts. I don't do opinions. I do facts. He established himself as the best player in the world. Simple. Facts of the matter is that someone injured him. He got injured, and that's it. So, guys, I told you, it's a fact, not an opinion. I don't do opinions. I do facts. From Bran K02, HH. Zad, best player in a World Cup final. Zad, best player in a World Cup final. Semi has fun. So I think, oh look, he obviously didn't go to it. He didn't get to a World Cup final. I get it. I know Modric was given the award. That doesn't matter. There is a guy that gets the award, and there's the real winner. They gave Messi the award in 2014 when he ghosted in the semi or in the final. And he ghosted in the quarter as well. So who they gave the award to doesn't matter. Like, the best player in 2014 was either Robin or... Take your pick between Robin, Neuer, or Lam. Take your pick. I would probably say Robin was the best player at the 2014 World Cup. 2018 World Cup, the best player was Hazard, 100%. He was the best player in terms of, like, okay, the eye test. But basically, the award, Modric, and I have no beef with Modric getting the whole award. So, it is what it is. So, if you are... Have Messi or Cristiano ever been the best player at a World Cup? Have they? So, guys, come on, give me a break, man. Give me a break. I told you guys, man, don't come with me with this fraudulent talk, man. All right? Don't come with me with all this fraudulent talk. All right? I know what I'm talking about, man. Xavi, Pirlo, or Modric? Pirlo. Xavi is amazing. He's a system merchant, dependent on the system. Modric is superb. Doesn't have the free kick ability of Pirlo. Doesn't have the passing range of Pirlo, and he doesn't have the same technique and ability to change the course of the game or control the game the same way that Pirlo does. But Pirlo and Modric is very close. That is very, very close. But for me, I just think Pirlo, his midfield quality was on a much higher level, man. And also Pirlo, you can put Pirlo in any team, any players, and 100% he would still say what's up, man. So Pirlo was that dude. He was that dude, man. Do you think the 2022 World Cup will be better than expectations? Bro, I have no idea how it's going to go. So this World Cup is going to take place next December. So winter next year. I mean, it's new, you know. That's going to definitely be a huge shift from going from the summer to the winter. So here's the thing, though. Maybe you'll have a situation where... Because here's the thing. So it takes place at the end of next year. So the 2021-2022 season will run like normal, I suppose. So maybe you might see teams perform better because the 2022, so the 2022-2023 season will probably begin in February and run until like July or something, March, April, May, June, or wait to run till like September. Yeah, so how are they going to do the 2022-2023 season? So unless they play for a few months, stop, have the World Cup, then they resume it again. So I don't even know how they're going to do that. But dependent on when the 22-23 season starts, maybe guys will have much more rest time. I'm able to say what's up, because one of the biggest criticisms of why players sort of underperform at the World Cup is because it comes right at the end of the season and there's not enough preparation time for you to really get be able to say what's up because you've come through such an arduous season. It's hard for you to really get your sharpness back, which I think it's a BS excuse. So I think it's dependent on what is going to happen with the other with the 2022-2023 season, man. So but let's hope it's all right, man. That's my thing. Let's just hope it's all right. Shout out to the dub, man. Abraham Henok, man. Thanks for the dub, man. Thanks for the dub, man. How good would Steven Gerrard be nowadays? That's a good question. I think that's a good question. Because he'll definitely have the energy to cope with the pressing game and so forth. But a lot of teams right now, specifically in midfield, there is a greater emphasis on keeping hold of the ball. And Gerrard is a great impact player, great energy, great shooting, can play multiple positions, but he wasn't the greatest technically. He wasn't the greatest at keeping the ball. Like what Xavi, Pirlo, and Modric can do effortlessly, Gerrard can do. Gerrard can't control the game. He can't. So I think it would be weird for a Gerrard in this era where so much focus is on possession, on keeping the ball, and really being good with the ball at your feet and being able to gain a hold of possession. So yeah, I mean, but I just think that because he was so versatile, I think that you would be able to find a way to use him because again, a guy who is so good at long range shooting and can play different positions can be useful. Put it this way, Henderson. I think Henderson is like a poor man's Gerrard. Like a poor man's Gerrard. So Gerrard could easily slot into Henderson's role and then just do the job. Because remember, not every team plays the possession game. Klopp's midfield don't keep all the possession. They just recycle the ball and get the ball up to the front three as quickly as possible. So, yeah, man, I mean, I think he'd have to find the right manager and the right setup. And I think if he doesn't, he'll be able to say what's up. He would be able to say what's up. So, oh man, as people just say some very odd things. My God in heaven, man. How good would Romario be nowadays? Amazing. Because the thing about Romario is when you're that good at football, just you're so good, you can walk in any era. Because the key thing about Romario was he was just so damn intelligent. Like his footballing IQ was insane. He probably has one of the most advanced pieces of football IQ of any player that I've seen. Because almost everything he did was just required a high level of footballing intelligence. And if you have footballing intelligence, you walk in any area because you adapt. You're giving like, okay, this is what this defender is doing. This is what this defense is doing. Okay, this is the run I need to make. This is the move I need to make. This is how I need to operate. So Romario would easily eat in this era. Very, very easily eat in this era, man. Scary thing to you, man. R9, with no injuries, is getting 100 goals a season in his sleep. In his era, with his bomb-ass defenders, brick-like defenders, and is far more attacking, and you're playing false ends and so forth, big R9 would score 100 goals every season in his sleep. Like, go look at the interview that Vanessa Roy gave where he talks about playing with Ronaldo at Real Madrid. This was after his knee injury. And he said that some of the stuff that this guy did in training made him go insane. Like Ronaldo in today's game, with how crap defending is, would rip guys to shreds. Rip guys to complete shreds, man. You know. So don't mess with the real articles, man. From your boy LSK Laxon. LSK Laxon says the Cristiano disrespect, man. It's not disrespectful to Cristiano. It's like you erased half of his career. Be honest, who's higher on your eye test? United, Cristiano, or Zad? Beef aside. United Cristiano would probably edge him. I'd say he'd probably edge him, you know, because he was more dynamic. So yeah, and I'll have to say dynamic. And my thing is that, first off, was it half his career? Because how long did he spend at Real Madrid? How long did he spend at United? I believe he has. I believe so. If you take his 2 years at Juventus, his 7, 8 years for Real Madrid, that's far more than what he spent at Man United. So hasn't he been more of a goal scorer and a tapping merchant than the kind of overall player that he was at United? And my thing is this, guys. Cristiano at his best, was he as good as Messi at his best? And that's the reality. Is like Cristiano at his best was super amazing. Messi was just different. Like it is what it is. He was just different. He was just different, you know. So that's the thing, man. And like I remember Cristiano at United, and I was like, this is an amazing attacking weapon. This is a guy who figured, man, if I can also refine this guy can be so effective for a system, you know. So you watch him and you just admire how effective he is. When you see Messi, like, this is a footballer. See, there is a footballer and a truly effective attacking weapon, which is what Cristiano was. And that's an amazing thing, to be this fearless attacking thing. Messi that's football. Now that's football. You know, so what is why I say, like, you know, there's no point in comparing them. Even thinking is best. No, the closest thing to Messi, or the guy that was supposed to surpass Messi, was Neymar. Neymar was supposed to be the freaking dude, but he moved to PSG and decided just to be injured and go to his sister's birthday. So Neymar only has himself to blame for ruining his career. If Neymar was to retire now, his entire career would be a failure. That's the thing. And that's keeping rolling. If Neymar retired right now, his entire career completes failure. Because you 100% did not live up to the promise of what you were supposed to be. 1,000. Remember when we saw that Neymar goal for Santos that was going around, and we were like, oh shit, who's this guy? We knew that, no, this is the next guy. This is the next guy. So the fact that you've not been that guy, you've not been that dude, and you've not sort of crystallized everything. Sorry. It's sad. Sad Islamabad. Sad Islamabad, man. Because then again, like, I mean, if Neymar misses that ban in a game, man, I mean, how come you don't like Messi as much as Hazard then? Hazard, for me, I'll never call Messi a system merchant. I can't do that. I will never call Messi a system merchant. it just rubs me the wrong. I I have an issue with Messi at Barcelona and Messi for Argentina. I just can't comprehend that. The fact that Messi has never been out and out the best player at a World Cup, I've got that doesn't sit well with me, and I can't explain it. I'm like, how can a guy so good for Barcelona has never, at the very least, been the best player at a World Cup, shining for Argentina? We also what Hazard did for Belgium. We also what Hazard did in that semi, where yes, he was on the losing team, but that guy balled out. That guy was taking on 2, 3, 4 guys. He was making guys fall over and so forth. I'm like, you know what? You did your thing. De Bruyne messed up. Did De Bruyne let you down? Because he fraud. Because De Bruyne is a fraud who has never sniffed world class. So I blame De Bruyne for that World Cup. If De Bruyne showed up, Hazard is playing a World Cup final, and Hazard is a World Cup winner. And then we're having a very scary conversation because my God, my Lord in heaven, if Belgium win that World Cup and Hazard wins the World Cup, oh Lord, oh boy, you don't even want to see me. But it is what it is. De Bruyne screwed over Hazard. So the fact that Hazard said what's up at the World Cup, was the best player at the World Cup, and he balled for Chelsea, makes me look at Messi falling in the line. Messi, why have you never been the best player at the World Cup? Where I've said, man, no, this guy was 2014, you ghosted in the semi and in the final. Those are the two. The games get bigger. I don't give a crap what you did in the group stage. What did you do in the second round? What did you do in the quarterfinals? What did you do in the semi? What did you do in the final? Semi, you ghosted. Mascherano split his ass open trying to block Robin's shot. Final, you ghosted. With Boateng marking you out of the freaking game. These are the facts of life. So, I'm looking at you funny in the light. I'm looking at you funny in the light. So, Latza, man, get me a Swedish babe, man. Latza, give me one of those Swedish babes, man. Give me one of those Swedish babes, man. You know what I'm saying? From LSK Laxon, man, thanks for the dub. LSK Laxon, thanks for the dub. Do you think Barca was the right move for Neymar? Yes, it was. Because I've said this many times, it's the lineage. Romario to Ronaldo. Ronaldo to Rivaldo. Rivaldo to Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho to Messi. And it was based from Messi to Neymar. But the issue was Messi is a unicorn. Messi is a rarity. International flop, club-wise, a freak of nature, where this guy just keeps on getting better and better, and he shows no sign of the decline. Because what should have happened is Messi is slowly declining, and therefore Neymar has to take greater responsibility for the team, and the team now must be built around him. Because again, Rivaldo declined, he moved on. Dino declined, moved on. Ronaldo didn't decline. Inter were just a bigger team who just said what's up with more cake. Although I think there's something weird actually happened in that whole Inter thing. But yeah. But of course it makes sense because Neymar is following the footsteps of Romario, Rivaldo, Ronaldinho, or Ronaldo. So it made 100% sense. But Messi refused to budge. And you say to yourself that it's a tough one because do you just tell Messi to be like, hey, Messi, can you just stop playing well so we can give this team to Neymar? But Barca is sort of in a screwy situation because Neymar is at PSG. He ain't coming back. He's signing a contract extension. And what happens when Messi leaves Barcelona? Because I've sort of put up a tier 1 member video where I talk about the future of Barcelona under Ronald Koeman. How does that look? What does that look like? So so many things. Which country would you like to see host the World Cup and why? Um, I mean, personally, it would be great to see either Nigeria or Ghana host it. You know, I think I think that would be cool just from a personal level. But if you're just taking personally away, um, because you see, because they already hosted it again, so I can't. Because America doing it like in 2020, 2026 with Canada. I mean, um, because I want to think of a country that hasn't hosted it. That hasn't hosted it. You know what? Based on what people have said about the place and so forth, where is Marrakesh? Isn't that in Morocco? Hey, Mossab, you're your boy. Because my sister's been to Marrakesh and so forth and said like it's pretty crazy. So Morocco, I think Morocco would be pretty interesting. You know, having it in Morocco would be pretty interesting. Um, do they have any football pitches in Hawaii? Because I think basically like an island like either Hawaii or like Nassau. That would be really cool if like let's say you go to an island and they just have a few pitches on there and you have like a freaking mountain and the wild guy is up. Do you know what would be amazing? They have it in Hawaii. Portugal against like Argentina World Cup final. Through ball 90th minute is 1-1. Cristiano is 1-on-1 and then the volcano erupts and they just see all this lava come onto the penalty spot, stops Cristiano from scoring. Wow. So yeah, Hawaii. Hawaii. Aloha. Aloha hoi. Aloha hoi. Ayupa. So from YSK Jackson, what up baby, what up baby, what up baby? So you now make up imaginary awards. I don't actually. So Hazard saves face after becoming a flop. You went from hashtag no excuses to hashtag thanks for participating. Now, YSK Jackson, first of all, I need you to tell me which team you support so I can clown you. You can't throw shit at me without me knowing the team you support so I can clown you. I need to clown you. So that's the first thing. Who do you support so I can clown you? First of all, his name is Hazard. I don't know who Lad is. My name is HH the Great. I don't know who LL is. There are two key awards you win at the World Cup. Winning the World Cup and being the best player. Those are two important awards. Winning the World Cup and being the best player. By Hazard being the best player at that World Cup, he technically won a World Cup. So if you think about it, he is in a roundabout way a World Cup winner. Because the fact that he was the best player at a World Cup, that is a roundabout way of saying that he's a World Cup winner. Because he's a World Cup winner in the sense of showing excellence as an individual. So if you want to go that route, Premier League winner, European Cup winner, World Cup winner. So, I mean, I'll tell you, don't push me. If you push me, you're going to get responses that you're not going to like. You're going to get responses that you're going to like. So, Hazard being the best player at the World Cup, I can give you an argument of him being a World Cup winner based on you succeeding as an individual. So, that's my thing, man. Do you think Sane, Gnabry, Coman can say what's up to PSG? 1000%. Bayern Munich are going to come in there. For me, Bayern Munich are coming into that game as the favorites. They are. PSG without Neymar are getting beat. They will get beat. They'll get beat up. Bayern Munich could potentially manhandle PSG without Neymar. With Neymar, Bayern still have the edge. And my thing about this is that Bayern Munich, they're so well coached, they're so well drilled, they're so aggressive that if PSG don't play the perfect game and are not at the very best, they will get beat. I have my questions about Pochettino. I have my questions about him, So the more and more I think about this game, man, PSG have got to really, really be perfect, yeah, man. But I just can't even envision PSG beating them without Neymar. Like with Neymar is, okay, we now have a counter. And we now have the ability to now catch them on the break. So PSG's idea is, bro, let's hold firm and keep catching these guys on the break. And when you catch these guys on the break, Mbappe, you have to put it away. Because for Mbappe, if you miss 2 chances, you miss a few chances, that's it. Told you, bro, if Mbappe scored that chance to the final. Guys, do you know how close I was to my narrative? Do you know how close I was to my narrative? Shout out to Bayern. Imagine if Mbappe scored in our CL final. I knew he wouldn't score because if he had scored, I would be the most annoying human being on earth. I would be the worst. People would hate me. People would despise me. Because I said, don't you dare allow Mbappe to score in a CL final and win a CL. Because if he does, I'll be the biggest prick in the world. But my narrative, man, bro, my Mbappe narrative, I don't think it pops off this year because I'm not sure PSG get past Bayern. What's in the... What the That is wild. All right? That is freaking wild, man. That is freaking wild, man. What the frick? You messed up, man. But like... No. I think like... No. But I'll be honest with you. This will never happen in draw. If Real Madrid won the CL and Hazard scored the winning goal, I would orgasm. 100%. I'd have an orgasm and I would cry. Two things. Because I told you I can't remember that time that I cried because I actually don't cry. I don't know. I can't cry. But if Real Madrid were to win the CL and Hazard scored the winning goal, I'd orgasm and I'd cry at the same time. 100%. I would have a full-on earth-shattering orgasm, and it would be too much to take. It would be too much to freaking take, man. So, and I told you guys, I'm not even gonna say what you think I'm gonna say because I'm calm. What was also? So wait, when do we pop off? When we pop off? Easy. When you pop off, guys, relax, chill. Oh, what's that, guys? What's that? What does that say? What does that say? What does that say, guys? That's one of the biggest games in the last 10 years. One of the biggest games of the last 10 years is right there. I'm nervous. I'm nervous, guys, because I think Chelsea are going to F this up. You stupid, pathetic losers. You are so close to a freaking CL semi, and you lose to FC Porto. You absolute bastards. So close to the freaking semi. So close. And you screwed it up. And you screwed it up. I mean, it's this. I mean, how? I mean, Paul told you, man, what? Because I would have wanted Dortmund. I wanted Dortmund. Because I think Chelsea get Dortmund. They get that ass. Porto, I can already see the seeds of doubt. I can already see the seeds of doubt creeping in right now. But guys, Wednesday might be one of the biggest days of my life. 7th of App 7. Let me, guys. I want you to hear this right now. So we have two hashtags. Hashtag App 7 and shit. What's it? April. Those are the two hashtags we're gonna be doing. So we've got three. Hashtag no excuses. Hashtag App 7. Hashtag April. Hashtag April. You know. So guys, you see, this is gonna be fully psychological. And I'm gonna have to visit the football. Yes, guys, I'm making a pilgrimage to the football gods because I'm asking for guide. I'm asking for full-on guidance to see what's what. But guys, I'm nervous. I'm afraid. If you pathetic bunch of losers don't come through, Mason Mounts, you're so cool, man. Oh yeah, man. You're the English pride, man. You know, pride of England. Okay, then you freaking teachers' pets. Okay, then you think you're so cool, Mr. Mount. Lead us. If you're so good, you better play. Because my Mounts, even in shop in this game, get the heck out of here. This is the game. I don't care about no EPL. I don't. This is my narrative. This is my narrative. This is why I signed up for this stuff. Don't mess up now. You're so close. All you need to do is just focus. That's it. Just focus. Please, I'm begging you. The heck? Just focus. Just get the dub. Why? Why, man? You're so close. Get to the semi, then we can deal with it. Try and just get the win. Don't lose. Not now. You're so close. Branke Otuma. HH, Chelsea are losers and are losing to Porto. Bran, you know what? It's hash. You know, losers, that's quite a harsh term, Bran. But Bran, you know, you might be onto something, man. Because Bran, I've seen the future. I built a time machine. And I went into the future. And Chelsea lost the game. Mounts missed an open goal. Yeah. He missed an open goal. Jorginho got sent off. Mendy got injured. Kepa had to go in. And 90th minute, pass back. Kepa miss kicks and it goes in. It was a nightmare. And again, this was just I was just looking at the future, and then when I did the post match for some reason I was bleeding. Do you know why I was bleeding? But because it was basically because you know when you just look at the dream. So I was like in my time machine, I was just viewing it. So I did the post match like bare chested with my boxer shorts, and there was just blood running down my face. So I think I conducted self harm. So it's worrying. It's worrying. LSK Laxon, thank you for the dub. I'm never revealing my team, which I believe might be Real Madrid or possibly Man City. I'd be clowned, but what I don't want you is jinxing, casting spells, using reverse psychology or juju or white magic. LSK Laxon, this is a two-way street. You try to use juju and white magic for Chelsea to lose against those dudes. What's it called? You try to no. You try to use white magic to get Chelsea to lose against Atletico Madrid. So I've got to repay the freaking debt, bro. So YSK Jackson, please reveal the team that you support sooner rather than later. So that's my thing right there, man. But but guys, that's the future thing. It was scary. And the weird thing is that I was doing it on a mountain. So my thing is that, first of all, like, how did I get internet access on the mountain? And also I hate the cold. So I don't even know how I got onto a mountain during COVID. But this is the vision that I saw, and the vision was very vivid. Hence why I'm very worried about this game. I'm very worried indeed, man. Can we get an Allegri apology? That's your apology? That's your apology. Guys, I'm back on Naruto, man. I'm back on Naruto right now. So the latest ones got the thing. Guys, I told you I'm going to be a bit mad. So if I do things that are random, I'm sorry. Things are getting a bit late, so you might be seeing that that's just slightly. So don't be alarmed by any kind of crazy things that you may be seeing from me. So just be aware that I may do some random acts or messed up things. So just be aware. But yeah, I am slowly going mad. I'm slowly going mad. Look, it is what it is. I mean, like, do you really thought that I would do all this stuff and not go mad? Of course, I'll go mad and so forth, man. But the fact of the matter is that I'm going alright. So, oh, guys, man. Look, man. The Euros and so forth and stuff is happening this way, man. Guys, let's just get the CL back, man. Okay, I'm waiting for the CL. Guys, I'm counting down the days, man. I'm counting down the days for the CL, man. No, don't do that, man. Don't do that. I don't need help. I'm fine. I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm fine. I don't need help. I'm doing okay. So, guys, as we round off this beautiful Q&A and so forth, I wish to thank everyone for your support. Thank everyone for everything that you've done and so forth. And guys, remember, man, football content crack is real. Saturday hangout, we're going to pop off. We pop off at 10 p.m. and we're going to talk FFP. We're going to talk about different things, and everybody is invited to share their lovely, amazing thoughts. And afterwards, afterwards, so basically Sunday we're going to talk international football, because I think it's been a while since we've talked about international football, and I want us to really dig in deep to how all the countries are looking. Are Brazil trash? Is this the worst Brazil team of all time? Does Messi have no help whatsoever? What went to Chile, Nigeria, the Super Eagles? Will we be reborn once again? And of course, the Euros, European boys, even the Asian boys as well. When will Japan win a World Cup? USA, can the US really say what's up? Can they really dig their claws into it? YSK Jackson, thank you for the dog. Thank you for the dog. He's transforming into Pep. YSK Jackson. YSK Jackson, man. That's interesting, man. YSK Jackson, I'm just a man. I'm just a man who's trying to live. I'm just a man who's trying to live and survive in this crazy world, because this world is a beast. This world is dangerous. This world will tell you things that will try to bring you down. But YSK Jackson, I'm alive. I'm alive and I'm breathing. I'm breathing so high, so high, so high, so high. My thing, so guys, remember to like the vid, remember to subscribe. Remember, I'll be here on Saturday doing my whole thing. And remember, guys, don't go chasing waterfalls. Place it to the rivers and the lakes that you used to. I know that you'd rather have it your way or nothing at all. But I think you're moving just a little bit too fast. Guys, I'm mad. I might be psycho. I'm a little bit crazy. As you well know, I'm not your regular neighborhood Spider-Man. But remember this, man. I'm here for during these difficult times, when we're in lockdown and so forth. I'm here to entertain. I'm here to bring the pain, and I'm here to Latza, you better do that, bro. Latza, you trust me. I'm holding you to that, man. Okay, thick. Remember, as thick as possible. So, guys, peace to the outs. Stay real. Stay sexy. Stay sassy. And most of all, sometimes I run. Sometimes I cry. Sometimes I'm scared of you, but all I really want is to hold you tight, treat you right, be with you day and night. Baby, all I need is time. Britney Spears, she's alright. Become a Patreon member. Gain access to my blog, get access to exclusive videos, and also get access to the podcast of the Saturday and the Sunday hangouts. Head over to patreon.com/halfup to gain all these goodies while also supporting your boy HH.